Hi, my name's Rich Everetts. I'm co-founder of the Tommy Foundation, also a parent of an ASD child, and I want to give you a little bit of information about the Tommy Foundation, some of the things that we do, who we are, and then a little bit about technology and where we're going. Now, to start off with, the Tommy Foundation was started back in 2005. It was started by my wife and I, Suji, and Suji helped me put this together back in 2005 after working with Tommy, who was our son and who the foundation is named after. We worked with him for a number of years through the school systems. We worked with him through some of the biomedical interventions, which many parents are also doing at the moment. And some of the things that we found worked and some of the things didn't work. And from all of that, since we were so young, we learned so much at that time. We were barely 23 when our son was diagnosed. We were 19 and 20 when we had him. We learned a lot through the process. And so we wanted to be able to share with other parents what we found, especially here in Lancaster County, or Lancaster if you're local. And so one of the things that we did is when we started the foundation, we put together a system to help other parents. We wanted them to be able to find volunteers. We wanted them to be able to find people to work with their kids at night, maybe so they can go out for a little bit. We wanted to find religious services that people could go to. And so these are some of the things that we started with the Tommy Foundation. Now, where we've gone from there is quite a different story. But first, let me tell you a little bit about the staff that we have. Here at the Tommy Foundation, Suji is the president, and she also works at the Parent Education Network, and she runs a lot of our parental programs. She's very knowledgeable about children, working with children, and also about the programs that we have across the state. I'm the vice president of the Tommy Foundation, and I run a lot of the communications and development arenas, which means that essentially I'm running things like the vlog, blogs, websites, videos, development, grants, speaking with people. I run a lot of those kind of things. We also have Liz Corrado, who's a parent of 3 children on the ASD spectrum. She's recently worked with Autism Spectrum Connections and just started working with us the last year. And she runs a lot of our community programs and events. She's very well connected in the autism community here in central Pennsylvania and definitely one of the key people we added here over the last year. We're also working with Amy Kornig, who is a parent of an ASD child and also has worked with the United Way on a development fund for them over the last year. So we've brought together some new people to our team, and we're also growing a lot of the things that we're doing with some of our other staff. We have board members, students who have worked with us, who have then gone on to do other things. So for instance, one of our students that interned with us and then graduated went on to work at Kennedy Krieger, which is a research institute and one of the top autism research institutes in the country. And so he still serves on our board. We have another person who actually helped found the foundation, who was a student at Franklin and Marshall College at the time. She's since gone on to graduate, went back home overseas to Bangladesh, and is currently working with the United Nations out in the Middle East. And so she's also on our board, and we're very thankful to have her. And so we have a couple of people that we have putting this together, and we have a great team, and we're looking to even add more people as time goes on. Now, with all of this great team, one of the things that we do is we run some awesome events. Now, you may have seen or attended some of these events in the past, but real quick, I just want to mention one event that we had, which was the Edge of Autism Festival here in April. It was April 19th, Autism Awareness Month at Franklin and Marshall College, and it was great. People had a blast. We had almost 500 people attend throughout the day. We had a walk. I mean, you can see the video up on our blog, and it was great. You'll enjoy it. Now, we have events like that to bring together community members. People in attendance included Franklin and Marshall College's president. We had parents. We had people who wanted to help autism from New York City. We had researchers from Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Wilmington. A lot of people just come out to have a great time. And so that's one of the things that the Tommy Foundation prides itself on. Now, With that, I want to be able to switch gears. And what I want to be able to tell you about is technology and what we're doing with it. That's a little bit about my arena. And I just want to give you a basic overview of it so that you can see a lot of the stuff that we're putting together. We're a pretty new organization, but we got some great ideas. The number one thing that anybody has is a website. So for instance, the Tommy Foundation is at www.tommyland.org. And you can go to that website and you can get information about us and everything that we do. One of the other things that we have is something called the Tommy Foundation blog. Now you'll find some videos up there as well, so it's also kind of a blog/vlog. Lots of fun. You'll love it. But some of the things that we do on the blog is we keep people up to date on events. We promote some of the events that are coming up, new parents that we run into, get some information from there. It's a great way to stay in contact with people. We have our Facebook groups, MySpace, though we do a lot more work on Facebook these days, as I think a lot of people do. We also have our wiki, which is a brand new thing that we're rolling out here in a little bit. Now, I understand most people don't know what a wiki is for other than Wikipedia, which is kind of a okay source of information if you understand how the Wikipedia works. And one of the things that we're doing is putting together our own wiki with some great organizations. We'll talk more about them probably at another time as things get settled. But one of the things that we found with them is that there's a great need to distribute information. A lot of parents just don't know what to do, and we're really disconnected. And so a wiki is a great way to decentralize information and get things out to people and allow them to have control, local control. Well, it's great to have a lot of national organizations pulling things together, and we definitely need that. We definitely need a way also for people to be able to get to the nitty-gritty details. They need to be able to go into a wiki and be able to input their city, let's say Lancaster, or a smaller city like Elizabethtown, or a bigger city like New York City, and be able to put those in there and have a list come up of all the services available. Now, if this was all centralized in one location, that'd be really hard to keep up to date. You would need dozens and dozens of people to do that. But with a wiki, you can decentralize that and put one person in charge of an area. And as you're able to do that, you're able to take care of more and more while not having a huge, huge centralized bureaucracy to control it. And granted, everything doesn't always turn out 100% perfect, but it's always way better than it would otherwise be. And something we're really excited about, and Tommy Foundation is spearheading that on a state, local, and we've had some people contact us on the federal level as well. But we'll talk more about that later. So I think that's about it for today. I just wanted to give you a brief introduction about the Tommy Foundation, some of the things that we're planning, some of the things that we're doing, and hopefully you'll join us along this ride as we continue to move forward for the next however long it takes. Thanks a lot. We'll see you soon.